Hello and welcome back to Venue Diagram. I'm Clay, and this week's episode is going to be quite different than any of the other ones that we've had so far, because as anyone who has been watching the channel pretty regularly knows, it's now been quite a while since the last episode has gone up. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because the purpose of this channel has been to work on venue visits and stadium visits and going out and helping myself and hopefully others to deal with going places and being able to experience the place with issues of anxiety and hopefully be able to go there and experience them better. But I have realized that just putting up the videos has been a very anxious experience for me. And so I wanted to talk about those issues of anxiety just a little bit on the channel now, because I thought that might be an interesting thing for people who might possibly come across this video at some point. So this video is not going to have a venue visit in it. It's just going to be about my experience of anxiety and why it's been so hard just to put these videos up. And the first thing that I wanted to say is this isn't really about who watches the videos or why it is that I think that it's interesting or important or any of those things. It's just so hard to be able to feel like it's the right thing to do sometimes, because I always want the things to be well done for my own purposes, right? And I feel like this is something that often comes up with other people who have kind of these severe issues of anxiety. It's not so much about those external validations. It's about the internal feelings that we have about our own expectations and our own feelings for ourselves. And doing these videos has really helped me with that in some ways. I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like I've grown a lot. I feel like these videos are getting better. If you go back and watch other videos, whenever you happen to watch this, you should hopefully see there's been a progression of these videos as I get better at doing them, and I get better at talking to the camera. I get better at editing. The actual channel gets better growth, and I get a better understanding of what it is that we should be doing here and how we should be doing venue visits and all of that stuff. But it has been hard to translate that into something that I think might be interesting for people to do, and that is worried. And so that kind of anxiety comes into my mind, right? So it's like, is this actually interesting or something that is useful for anybody? And then I start to worry about that. So then it becomes not just about my own feelings of possible inadequacy about what I'm doing, but then it's like, is this something that is actually interesting for anyone else? And then I become anxious about that. And then there is this issue that has been the hardest thing lately, which is I have wanted to expand out what it is that has been going on the channel. I want to talk about whatever it is that I want to talk about, right? So it's like I want to talk about these issues. I want to talk directly to the camera about what it is that I'm feeling and why I'm feeling that way. And maybe that's interesting to people and maybe it's not. And I don't particularly care if anybody's watching the channel, because the channel may or may not get people watching it, and that's okay. I hope that people find this interesting, because the idea is I'm just going to talk through my issues, and hopefully someone out there either has the same problems and can identify with them, or maybe people can help themselves go through them by having felt the same things. But the thing that I've realized here is that I'm interested in a whole bunch of different things. I have had a whole bunch of different jobs. I have a whole bunch of different interests, and I want to talk about all of those things. And I don't just want to talk about venue visits. I do want to continue to do that, and I have a whole series of things that I want to do regarding that, and I want to get better at doing that. And I feel like some of the ones I've done so far have been as good as I would like for them to be. But I also want to talk about other things. But I'm really worried about putting up the videos about those things, because I also feel like I don't want to do something that isn't what I said I was going to do. And this is another one of those weird issues of this anxiety, right? If I say I'm going to do something, that's what I want to do. I want to do exactly that thing. I want it to be what I said it was going to be, whether or not that was the right thing to do, whether or not that was what I actually wanted to do. Do you feel that same way? I feel like that's a common issue with people who have this type of problem. So I want to work on that and I want to get better about that. And so that's what I'm going to try to keep doing now. That's why I'm putting up this video. It's why we're talking directly to the camera here about why it is that I'm feeling this way right now and why it's been over a month since I put up a video. And it's because I'm trying to do this series on Bob Dylan. And I want to continue to put up these album reviews, which are great things. I watch other people's videos on the exact same topic, and I really enjoy them. I like the ones that I've made, and I like the information I put up about them. And I hope that people find them interesting, but they don't fit the topic of the channel. So I personally, inside of my own head, I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. I don't want it. It doesn't fit the concept of what it is that I'm supposed to be doing here. But what I'm going to try to do here is say that that doesn't matter. Because why does it matter? It doesn't really. It shouldn't have to matter. And so I'm going to try to let it matter less. It's not like we have hundreds of thousands of viewers out there who are tied to wanting to make sure that we only go to visit stadiums or museums or any of those things. Also, and this has been another problem, I've been very unable to get out for a little while here. I'm hoping that that will get better as things warm up and the season will get like the baseball season is about to start back up. Hopefully that will get me back out on venue visits and things like that. But I've left the house very rarely for the last month or so. So it's been very hard to do actual venue diagram based things. The other thing I like to do is more collaborations and more work with other people. So anyway, I just wanted to put something out to, first of all, have another video up on the channel. But secondly, I thought that this concept of dealing with this, even as a very small, very beginner YouTube channel creator, was something that might be interesting for people, because it's something that I feel is a near universal experience, at least for people who have these types of anxiety issues. And I wanted to let everyone out there know that I've been going through this and it's been cripplingly overwhelming, but I am working through it and I want to continue to work through it with all of you to be able to get these things up there, to be able to put information out again, whether or not anyone actually watches it or anyone actually engages with it, because that side of things is less interesting to me than actually creating the content itself. It's the actual act of creativity that I think is fascinating, both about art and about this type of content creation, because I feel like anytime that you create something, anytime that you make something, it has its own inherent value. And so I want to create things and I want to put them out into the world, but I don't want to have them be incomplete or have them not be a part of something that I find important. So I want to imbue this experience with some kind of value. So I hope that this was valuable for you. At least I think it was valuable for me. And I hope that this will lead to some more videos and some more content in the future. In any case, if you do find that if you are another content creator and you've had these types of issues, please comment down below, talk to us about how you feel. If you made videos about the same type of topic, I'd love to see them. Please let me know. You can just message me. And also, yeah, if you are feeling down or feeling stressed, then please seek out therapy, talk to other people. I've been doing that. I have some medication for these anxiety issues too. I'm 100% in favor of working through these issues on the professional side too. But I also think that working through things by this experiential route is also very helpful. So thank you for getting this far if you did. And until next time, I'll see you in the next live, Jack.